Alright, welcome back to Trash Plays, and I have caved and finally bought my first expansion for the game, Marvel Champions the card game, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Now, I don't actually have that much interest in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. at all. I know nothing about them basically, except for this is Nick Fury, and that's about it. But the reason I chose Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is because it's the only one that you can actually really buy, except for the PvP one, Civil War, which I also basically have no interest in. But I had so much fun playing Shuri Black Panther as opposed to the original Black Panther that I figured, let's get the expansion that she came from, the wave she was in. Because from what I understand, first they released the expansion box, and then they released 4 heroes, and then they repeat that process over and over. And Black Panther Shuri is part of this expansion wave or whatever. I don't fully get how it works, but that's, from what I understand, that's how that goes. And if we look at the back of the box, this is designed by Tony Franchi, which is not a name. Oh, why is it so heavy? Hold on. Not a name on the original core box. Game designed by Michael Boggs, Nate French, and Caleb Grace. So, I'm expecting the design to be a lot different from the core box, which is in some ways good and in some ways bad. The core box is very loose, is I guess the best word I would use to describe it. It's very... the foundation is not solid, is what I would say. So, take that how you will. Now, one thing about Tony Franchi, Tony, I don't actually know how to pronounce this actually, now that I think about it. The thing about Tony that I've noticed, and what I didn't notice earlier, is that in the Black Panther expansion, there is a... get over here. There's like a little poster on the inside in this flap underneath, which they do a terrible job of advertising. They should probably write in big words over here, hey, look under this thing to get a thing. But when you open this up, in the expansion design development credits, it lists Tony Franchi. Whatever, Tony. It lists Tony, as opposed to the other designers. So if Tony designed Shuri's Black Panther, and he designed all the stuff that's inside this box, then I'm expecting this box to be pretty good. I'm expecting to like this box a lot. Also, this also comes with the updated terms that you need to know, which is good, because when I eventually make a review about this game, I was going to mention how if you buy a hero pack and just the core box, there's going to be a lot of terms that you don't understand, and it would be nice if they included those terms somewhere, which they actually do. They just do a terrible job of letting you know that it's in the package. But that's besides the point. Let's get into this box. Now, I've already started peeling this sticker just to see if I would need to peel it offline or off camera, because I didn't want to take forever trying to peel this sticker properly. Or, not properly, but cleanly. But luckily, these stickers are pretty easy to peel. So I get the pleasure of peeling them on camera. I don't think that the original core box had these stickers. I'm pretty sure it was shrink wrapped, but it's not that big a deal. It would be nice if it was shrink wrapped, just so that the box Huh, that sounds like four packs of cards? Oh yes! The other thing that I noticed. 2 complete pre-built hero decks. The core box had 5, and 5 new scenarios, and the core box had 3. So, that's a thing to note. I guess that means we won't be getting 1 deck per aspect, which is kind of weird, but that's how they've chose to do it, and maybe that's why the hero packs comes out. But then it's 4 hero packs per wave, so you get 2 aspects twice? I don't know. But also that this giant-sized, which is very funny to say, this is giant-sized when it's so much smaller than the core box. Objectively, it is much smaller than the core box, but they advertise it as being giant-sized. This giant-sized 273 card expansion for Marvel Champions, blah blah blah, I don't care about the rest. The core box if I'm reading the back correctly, has 199 player cards and 137 encounter cards. So that's 336. So slightly less cards than the core box as well. But it does cost less. So yeah. Alright. Looks like we have a rule book. Oh, what the heck is all this? Campaign log, player 1's identity, notes, evidence combination. I would have preferred if the back was just telling you what you need to know that's new, but whatever. Then again, maybe there's nothing new about it. Oh, hey! Oh, wow. That's like comic book art. That's like actual comic book art for a couple pages. I will have to look through this myself later. But yeah, that's like actual comic book art. That's like better comic book art than a lot of comic books, to be frank. I don't find comic book art to be very compelling. But I also don't really look at art when I'm reading manga or comic books. I just read the text and move on, which people think I'm crazy for. Some sort of envelope? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 packs of cards. Wow, that's weird. That's weird. This is a very flimsy divider. Like, the core box had a very... It's not a good divider, but it had like an... What is the... Oh, for you to separate your cards. Wow, that's weird. I don't like that. I mean, I'd rather have this than something more expensive to make the box more expensive. But why would you... Why would you cut this off from this side? If the reasoning is that, like, oh, well, if it cut from this side, there's not enough space for it to actually hit the top. But there's nothing over here. You can cut it off from this side, so it actually can reach the top. What are you doing? What is the... What? That's weird. Yeah, this is not a good, thing to hold cards. I'm getting the distinct feeling that Marvel Champions expansion boxes are purely for... They're a delivery method for the cards. They're not a storage solution. And there's no way that once I sleeve these are all gonna fit in the core box, I don't think. Probably not. Especially if you have multiple expansions. So you'll probably have to buy your own storage solution at some point. Well, not probably, you will. Alright, what are these? I'm planning on basically leaving the villains and not opening them and going into them blind after I've sleeved them. But I am planning on opening the hero packs so I can read through them. And so that I don't have to read them live during a game and have another 2-hour game while I'm trying to figure out what the heck these heroes are, because it's 2 hours is a long time. And when I'm playing with these heroes for the first time, I'd much rather be focusing on playing the games and figuring out what the heck these cards are. So let's start with... I know nothing about Maria Hill, so let's go with Maria Hill. I know that she is in the core box. She is a leadership ally to cost 2/1 with 2 HP, and when she comes in, when you play her, I don't know if it's when she comes into play, but when you play her, you get to draw a card, which is dope. Very, very good to come into play, thwart for 2, draw a card, and you get to chump block with her. Alright, Maria Hill looks like she has... That's weird. Most of her cards are leadership, but she also has some colored cards in here. Are these part of her deck as well? I suppose this is the colorless part. And there's her leadership cards, and then there's her actual cards. So it's not like the S.H.I.E.L.D pack. So it's not like the S.H.I.E.L.D... Well, maybe... Oh, why would you put the mixed cards in between the colorless part of her cards, though? Because the S.H.I.E.L.D pack also came with some additional cards. I just didn't say anything about them because they were underwhelming. Target Spotter and... White Tiger? Or something like that? That were from different aspects that weren't actually a part of her deck. And, like I said, they were pretty underwhelming. But I think these cards are actually a part of her deck. Let's see what's going on. Maria Hill, 2 dwarf, 1 attack, 2 defense, shield spy. Each ally you control gains a shield trait. Reassignment action, move 1 all-purpose counter from a shield support to another shield support, limit once per round. Hand size of 5, hit points of 9. That's low hit points. That's pretty low hit points. Maria Hill, 3 recovery. Oh, she's just Maria Hill for both. Okay. Shield spy, alter ego. You may include the maximum number of copies of 3 shield supports in your deck from aspects others in your chosen aspect. Okay. Okay, that's okay. So these are shield, vehicle, shield. Yeah, okay. And I'm guessing they're only one of because they are unique. Yep, okay. So that's why those are there. So those are part of her deck. Action, exhaust Maria Hill, search your deck for a shield support and add it to... What the heck? And add it to your hand? Exhaust Maria Hill, search your deck for a shield support and add it to your hand. You can just do this every turn? You do have to exhaust her, but... Okay. Nick Fury, 4-cost ally, 2 dwarf, 2 attack, shield, 3 HP. 2 dwarf, 2 attack. Okay, so he's going to be the same on... Wasn't Nick Fury also... Nick Fury's also in the core set, and he's also 2/2/2. Or 2/2/4 HP, I think. This guy's 2/2/3. Shield response. After Nick Fury uses a basic power, place 1 purpose counter on a shield support. Okay, so she's going to be all about using those shield supports. All points bulletin, 2-cost event, tactic, hero action for each shield support you control. Choose, remove 1 threat from a scheme, deal 1 damage to an enemy. Okay, yeah, you really want to build out her board with shield stuff and then just go ham with I don't know. There's not a limit on supports you can have, right? I'm not sure how I'm feeling about this so far, because it feels like she's trying to be like an ally leadership thing, but for supports, shield support specifically. But allies are pretty strong. You can't block with the supports. But it sounds like you're going to have a lot of ways to have these counters, have more counters on them, so you can just keep them around indefinitely. 0-cost event, on the double action. Ready any number of shield supports with a combined print cost of 6 or less. Yeah, I think most of them do require you to exhaust them to do their stuff, so that makes sense. 1-cost event, reinforcements, action, choose any number of shield supports with a combined print cost of 6 or less. Place 1 progress counter on each of those supports. Okay. Sure. 3 of those. The hard call, 2-cost event, hero action, discard a shield support you control. Deal X damage to each enemy, where X is the printed cost of the discarded support? That sounds pretty strong. Weren't these... These were 6-cost. Holy cow. You could just deal 6 damage to each enemy, use up all its counters, and then... Oh, wow, okay. Special funding resource. This has a mental and a physical. I think this is my first time seeing 2 different icons on a single resource. Response. After you spend this card to pay for a shield support, place 1 all-purpose counter on that support after it enters play. Wow, alright. 1-cost supports staff. Persona Shield uses 3 staff counters. This is going to be the first actual support we see, I think. Yeah, these were all events so far and resources. Resource, exhaust support staff and remove 1 staff counter from it. Generate a wild resource for a player whose identity has the shield trait. What was this? You may include... No. Each ally you control gains a shield trait. Okay, so it's not each player. So even if you're on hero's side, your allies would not be playing stuff that has... They would not be playing shield characters. I don't... For a player whose identity has the shield trait. Do you have the shield trait in... Okay, so you have shield trait in both forms, but this limits... I don't really like this. It feels like you're going... It feels like if you want to use Maria Hill effectively in multiplayer, you're going to have to say, hey, guys, play a shield character. Because that's going to be the most effective way I can actually support you if you are trying to play her as a support player. Yeah, I'm not sure if I like that. The Iliad 6-cost support. Shield vehicle uses 3 mission counters. Action, exhaust the Iliad and remove 1 mission counter from it. Choose, deal 5 damage to an enemy, remove 4 threats from a scheme, or heal 3 damage from an identity. Uses 3 shield counters. What is your hand size? 5 and 6. But then you can exhaust Maria Hill, search your deck for a shield support, and add it to your hand. Wait a second, so turn 1, you can just draw 6 cards, and then search for the Iliad, put it into your hand, and now you have 6 cards in your hand to pay for the Iliad, and you just have this on the board? That's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. Anyways, moving on. Life Model Decoy 2-cost upgrade. Preparation tech. Interrupt when an enemy attacks you. Discard Life Model Decoy. Prevent all damage from that attack. Whoa. I think that's better than Backflip. I think Backflip only costs 1, but you have to have it in your hand. This you can just put out there, and it just stays out there. Whoa. Oh, you only get 1 of them, though. Shield Director, 2-cost upgrade. Title, action, exhaust Shield Director. Place 1 all-purpose counter on a shield support. Oh, wow. Wow, okay. Wow. This is Alter Ego or Hero Form, too. That's... wow. Okay. Victoria Hand, 3-cost ally, 2 thwart, 1 attack, 2 HP. Response after Victoria Hand enters play, ready as shield support. For 4 cost, that's kind of underwhelming. Not gonna lie. 3-cost ally, Slingshot by Yo-Yo Rodriguez. 2 thwart, 2 attack, 3 HP, shield spy, action, spend a energy resource. Put Slingshot into play from your hand under any player's control. So you can do this in your hand, okay. At the end of the phase, if Slingshot is still in play, return her to your hand. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool, actually. So you can play her for 1. Oh, when is the end of the round? Is this after you draw or before you draw? If this is after you draw, then this is very, very, very cool. You can. It's effectively a 1-cost thwart or attack that you can do every single turn. If that's after you draw, it would be incredible. That might be... wow, okay. Organizational support. Why did I think that was such a weird name to say? Resource interrupt. When you spend this card, exhaust up to 3 allies or supports you control that share a trait with your identity. Generate the printed resource on each card exhausted this way. Doesn't she have... Hero Form. Each ally you control gains a shield trait. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so leadership, that's what that line was for. So now, it doesn't matter what allies you put into here, you can make them all shield. 3 allies or support you control that shares a trait with your identity. So it doesn't have to share a trait with the card you're playing. I think that's really good. That has to be really good. 3-cost support, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D, team. That's a weird trait, but whatever. Play under any player's control, max 1 team card per player. Okay, I don't know if that's a global rule, or if this rule only exists when this card is on the board. Because that's a weird thing to do. Max 1 team card per player. Okay. If each of your characters has the shield trait, this card gains interrupt. When you reveal an encounter card, exhaust this card, cancel the effects of the card of that card, and discard it. Then reveal another card from the encounter deck. Black Widow. When a card is revealed from the encounter deck, when you reveal an encounter card, exhaust this card, exhaust Black Widow, and spend a mental resource. You don't have to spend a mental resource here. Cancel the effects of that card. Cancel the effects of that card and discard it. Then reveal another card from the encounter. This is just a black... wow. This is just a better Black Widow. Because you don't have to pay for 3 costs as well. This is just a better Black Widow that can't die. And you don't have to pay the mental resource. Wow. Okay. You get 3 of those as well. Command Team 2-cost support. S.H.I.E.L.D uses 3... oh, I suppose you're getting 3 of each of these cards because that's the best way to distribute the maximum number of cards that you would need to have if you want a full set. That makes sense. Command team 2 cost support. Shield uses 3 command counters. Action exhaust command team and remove 1 command counter from it. Ready an ally. Probably good? Don't know yet. Alright, so here's those multicolored 6 cost shield vehicles. The circle 6 cost support uses 2 deploy counters. Action exhaust the circle. Remove 1 deploy counter from it and choose a player. That player puts an ally into play from their hand. Wow. I'm not going to do this first turn though. This would not be a search option during the first turn because it costs 6 and you start off with a hand size of 6. So if you use 6 to play the circle, now you have no allies to put into play. But that feels like it's probably pretty good. 6 cost support, the Bellerophon? I'm gonna go with the Bellerophon. Shield vehicle uses 3 missile counters. Action, exhaust the Bellerophon. Remove 1 missile counter from it and choose a player. Deal 3 damage to the villain and each minion engaged with that player. Discarding all tough statuses from those enemies first. If this was only 2 counters, like with the circle, I would say this is pretty bad for 6 cost, but it's 3 counters. So it might be good. I don't know. I haven't played this game enough to know. So far, the only boss that I fought that has a lot of minions is Ultron, and Ultron's minions only have 1 HP. So, well, up to 2. Up to 3, now that I think about it, if they have the upgraded drones. But actually, yeah, up to 3 actually. This might actually be pretty good. The Douglas 6 cost support. Shield vehicle uses 3 operation counters. Action, exhaust the Douglas and remove 1 operation counter from it. Remove 2 threats from each scheme, ignoring any crisis icons in play. This is probably less good. I could see how it would be really good, but if this is in multiplayer, then those schemes would have like a lot more than single player. In single player, maybe? I don't think I would play this first turn either. The Pericles? Pericles? That doesn't sound right. I'm gonna go with Pericles. Shield vehicle uses 2 supply counters. Action, exhaust the Pericles and remove 1 supply counter from it. They should just say all-purpose counter. Or just counter. Like, or resource or something. Instead of changing the name for every single one. That, it effectively doesn't matter, right? Because you have Maria Hill, reassignment, move 1 all-purpose counter from a shield support to another shield support. So they are, in-game, they are effectively the same counter. They're just giving them different names for no reason. That's kind of annoying. Exhaust the Pericles and remove 1 supply counter from it. Give your hero or villain a status card of your choice. Give a hero or villain a status card of your choice. Give an ally or minion a status card of your choice. Wait. No, that's ridiculous. Any status card? That's ridiculous. Uses 2 supply counters, but like who cares? You have so much stuff in Maria Hill stuff that gives it more counters. Like who cares? That's ridiculous. Unless I'm missing something, that's just bonkers. Dum Dum Dungan. I don't know who the heck this guy is. Dugan? Dum Dum Dugan? 5 cost ally, 3 thwart, 2 attack. That's a lot of consequential damage, I think it is. 5 HP, shield, interrupt. When you use one of Dum Dum Dugan's basic powers, exhaust up to 3 shield cards you control. For each card exhausted this way, Dum Dum Dugan gets +1 to that power for this use. Whoa. So in theory, he could do 6 attack, up to 3 shield cards, yeah, so 6 attack 3 times without healing him. That's 18 damage. Whoa. 5 cost ally, but that's, wow. Alright. Grant Ward, 0 cost ally, 2 thwart, 2 attack, 3 HP, shields by. Grant Ward cannot defend. Wait, this is a 0 cost ally. Yeah, he's a 0 cost ally. Okay, Grant Ward cannot defend, so I guess that's the demerit for having a 0 cost ally. Force response. After you reveal a treachery, you may spend a mental resource. If you do not take damage equal to Grant Ward's attack and remove Grant Ward from the game. Okay, so that's why he's a zero-cost ally. He cannot defend. Only one... Okay, so the only way you would be able to damage him to get him out of the game before a treachery comes up would be to use his powers 3 times. But, like, he's a zero-cost ally. 2-2. I'm gonna have to think on this card. I don't know if this card is good. Worst case scenario, you take 2 damage and he gets out of the game. I'm gonna have to think on that. Melinda May, 4-cost ally. 2 thwart, 2 attack, 3 HP, shields by. Response, after Melinda May uses a basic power, look at the top card of the encounter deck. You may discard that card. Whoa. That's the kind of crap I like. I like this kind of stuff. This is the kind of stuff I like, messing with the encounter deck. Guys, if I could shuffle friendly cards into his encounter deck, I would be all over that. I would be all over that. Messing with the encounter deck is the kind of stuff I like, instead of building up a board state. 0-cost event, Super Spies. Team up Maria Hill and Nick Fury, max 1 per deck. Hero action, place a total of 3 all-purpose counters and or threat tokens on shield supports and / or suit form upgrades. I'm gonna have to assume that second part is for Nick Fury stuff. Wait, 0 cost? Place a total of 3 all-purpose... No, that's ridiculous. They should not cost 0. Not with the... You can just be like, oh, 0 cost. I have Nick Fury, so I get to put 3 counters on... That's wow. That's ridiculous. Energy, genius, yeah, strength. Front operation, 3-cost support, location, play under any player's control, max 1 per player, interrupt when an encounter card effect would discard a card you control, discard front operation instead of discarding that card. I mean, it's a 0-cost support. It's not S.H.I.E.L.D. though. I'm not sure this card is good. I don't think this card is good. It does cost 0, but I don't think this card is good. Alright, well, I've sleeved all of Maria Hill's cards, including her Obligation and Nemesis set. Yeah, that's what they're called, Nemesis set. And I haven't really looked at them because I kind of consider them to be part of the Encounter set. They're like villain cards, and I figure I'll just deal with them when they come up. I don't want to have knowledge of them ahead of time and plan around that. It's not really an issue, like, if I do know what they are, but you only get one attempt at doing something for the first time, going in blind. So... might as well take that chance while I can. As for Maria Hill, while I was leaving the cards, I've been really thinking about the deck that came with her, and it really seems like she likes to have shield supports. She really wants to put them out, and she wants to have really powerful shield support. That's powerful. The Pericles. Exhaust the Pericles and remove 1 supply counter from it. Give a hero or villain a status card of your choice. Give an ally or minion a status card of your choice. And you can, with Maria Hill, you can move around counters onto the Pericles, and you have stuff that give them more counters. What is this? Yeah, reinforcements. Choose any number of shield supports with a combined print cost of 6 or less. So you could use 2 cards, effectively, 1 to pay for reinforcements, and give 1 all-purpose counter to each of those supports, but it's like, that's such a strong effect. I also have changed the sleeves that I'm using for my player cards, by the way. I was originally using the Gamegenic matte 200 sleeve value pack. I forgot what it's called, but it was like 200 sleeves for like 10-11 bucks or something like that, but they are perpetually sold out on Amazon, so I've ran out and now I can't use anymore, so I'm gonna have to switch to these sleeves instead. And I mean, technically I haven't ran out, I still have some left over, but I'm saving those for the player cards because these are double-sided matte, whereas these sleeves are like clear on the front and super matte on the back, like textured matte on the back, which isn't going to be very pleasant to look at when these are flipped over. So I'm going to be using the Gamegenic matte sleeves for the what do they call them? Identity cards? For the identity cards and for the villain cards, because the schemes need to be flipped over and stuff too. And I think it's nice to just be like, set up the Gamegenic sleeves are not going into the deck, and then these sleeves will be the deck, and you shuffle those, and it's going to be, you can just feel which cards go into the deck and which don't. So that's just something to point out in case you're wondering. So moving on, Maria Hill. Don't know how I'm going to feel about her until I play her. but she feels, just looking at her deck that came with her and the cards that came with in that deck, feels kind of strong. I don't know if she is, because she only has 9 HP. That is something to keep in mind. But with the Pericles, is that the right name? Yeah, Pericles. You can just stun lock the enemy and it doesn't matter. So it's like, what are they going to do to you? And then you have, what was it, the Iliad? The Iliad, yeah, deal 5 damage to an enemy, remove 4 threats from a scheme. So you could just spend 2 turns. The first turn you could spend putting out the Pericles, and then you could confuse the boss and stay in alter ego form. And the next turn you draw to your hand size of 6, and then you search for the Iliad, and then you just go ham. Like, that's what I'm anticipating that to happen like, and that seems kind of strong. But moving on. Nick Fury, let's see what he's got. Oh, but as for the playstyle of Maria Hill, doesn't really look like it's going to be my kind of thing. I know that some people, she looks like she wants to build up a huge board, right? She wants to have a bunch of shield supports, and she probably wants to have a bunch of shield allies because her hero ability turns them all into shield, and you can do stuff with that, I guess, if you have the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. card. Not really my kind of playstyle, to be completely honest. I don't really like building up a giant board and having a bunch of stuff to keep track of. Like I said, when I was looking at the what was her name, Melinda May. After Melinda May uses a basic power, look at the top card of the encounter deck. You may discard that card. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff I like. I like messing with the encounter deck. That's if there were more cards that do that kind of stuff, I'd be all over that. But yeah, having a big giant board that I have to keep track of everything, not really my kind of thing. And also, I don't really have the room for that. This recording area is not that big, which is why I don't tap stuff. I use exhaustion counters to represent exhaustion, or what do they call it? What do they call it in this game? Yeah, exhaust. Yeah, I use exhaustion counters. But that's, if you do like that kind of stuff, I'm assuming you'll like Maria Hill. But Nick Fury, 222 stat line, 5 hand size and hero form, HP of 10, hero, shield, soldier, spy, gather intel, response. After Nick Fury makes a basic dwarf, place 1 threat on your soup form upgrade. Okay, I still need to figure out what the heck that is. Break, cover, force, interrupt. When you attack, change to assault suit form. Okay. Oh, wow. He's just surfing. Maria Hill's like, man, I have so much work to do. I am swamped. And Nick Fury's just out here surfing. That's... Alright. 4 recovery, alter ego, shield, soldier, spy. Is that the same soldier? Okay, so he's always on the job, even when he's surfing. Suit up, setup. Put your suit form upgrade into play. Assault side face up. Infiltrate. Action change to stealth suit form. This doesn't say once per turn. But it would only be on alter ego side. So that's something to keep in mind. It doesn't say once per turn, but what is the upgrade? Assault. Okay, so this would be the suit form, I guess. Put your suit form upgrade into play, assault side face up, but then you could immediately change to stealth form because you start off in alter ego, so... Alright. Assault face up, let's read that first. Item tech, suit form permanent. Interrupt. When you attack, remove up to 3 threat from here. When you attack, remove up to 3 threat from here. This attack deals 1 additional damage for each threat removed this way. Okay. This has a resource icon. Same on the other side. So in theory, you could use this to pay for cards? But like, how would you put it into play? This is a setup ability. What if something causes you to discard? This is an upgrade. What if this is the only upgrade you control? Unless the permanent keyword means that you can't discard this. That might be a thing. That might be, yeah, that might be a thing. Okay. But then why have resource icons? Whatever. Stealth, 0 cost or blank cost upgrade. Item text, suit form permanent. Force interrupt hero. When an enemy would attack you, it schemes instead. Place 1 threat from that activation here instead of on the main scheme if there are 5 or less threat on this card. Wait, what? After Nick Fury makes a basic door, place one threat on your suit form upgrade. Forced interrupt. When you attack, change to assault suit form. So you're in stealth. You're stealthing, so the enemy can't attack you. It schemes. But then you get to put one threat from that scheme onto here, if there's 5 or less. And then when you attack, you change to assault form. When you attack, remove up to 3 threat from here. This attack deals 1 additional damage for each threat removed this way. Okay. Okay, so this guy's all about burst damage then. This guy's all about, I'm going to take my time, I'm going to let you scheme, I'm going to be thwarting, building up my power, and then I'm going to break cover and deal a bunch of damage at once. And then you would, in theory, switch back? From what I can tell, the only ways to switch your suit form, it's not printed on the full suit. So on Nick Fury, you would have to switch back to Alter Ego, and then use your action to switch back to stealth form. Huh. Alright, this guy's definitely a lot more complicated than the other heroes. Let's see what else he has to offer. I guess I'll also put the suit form in Gamegenic sleeves as well, because this is also double-sided. Maria Hill, 3 cost ally. 2 thwart, 1 attack, 3 HP. Interrupt when Maria Hill thwart, remove, or place the removed threat on your suit form upgrade. That's not 1, that's all of it. So Maria Hill can thwart for 2, and you could buff her up in theory, and then move 2 to 3 or 4 onto your suit right away. Interesting. Concentrated Fire, 2 cost event, attack, hero action attack, deal 4 damage to an enemy if this attack gains ranged. I don't know what ranged is. If this attack defeats an enemy, choose place threat on your suit form upgrade equal to that enemy's printed scheme, or change this. Okay, I see. So you have cards that help you. Okay. So Nick Fury attacks. Nick Fury changes to assault form. He's attacking via concentrated fire. Kill something because you have 5 tokens. You remove 3. You deal an extra 3 damage. Deal 4 damage, so that'd be 7 damage. And then you could choose to change back to stealth suit form. Okay. Interesting. Alright. 2 concentrated fires, 1 cost event, covert surveillance, thwart, hero action thwart, remove 2 threats from a scheme. If you are in stealth suit form, you may place that threat onto your suit form upgrade. Otherwise, you may change to stealth suit form. Okay. 3 copies of covert surveillance, that makes sense that he would have more thwarting than attack events. 3 cost event, spray fire attack. Hero action attack, choose a player, deal 3 damage to the villain, and each minion engage with that player. This attack gains range. What the heck? What the heck? 3 damage to 3 cost event to deal. But then if you're in you have your counters. So this would deal 6 damage to all the guys engaged with you for 3 that wow. Wow. Okay, 2 cards of that. 2 cost support. Fury's flying car. Aerial tech vehicle. Hero action. Exhaust Fury's flying car. Remove 1 threat from your suit form upgrade. Ready Nick Fury. He gains the aerial trait until the end of the round. I mean, that's basically a free ready from what I can tell. Because every turn you can just thwart. And after Nick Fury makes a basic thwart, place 1 threat on your suit form upgrade. And then you can remove 1 threat from your suit form upgrade to ready Nick Fury. That seems like an essential thing to get out right away. Safe House 221, 1 cost support, location shield, alter ego action, not hero form, exhaust Safe House number 221, choose. Heal 2 damage from Nick Fury or place 1 threat on your suit form upgrade. It feels kind of weak. That feels kind of weak compared to the Shuri card that heals her. What was it, like Queen Ramadana or something like that? And compared to Spider-Man's Aunt May, I think was the card. This feels kind of weak. EM Shield 2 cost upgrade, preparation tech, interrupt defense. When you would take any amount of damage from an attack, discard EM Shield, prevent all of that damage. Hey, Maria Hill has a card like that. What was it, like life decoy? Life model decoy 2 cost upgrade, interrupt when an enemy attacks, discard life model decoy, prevent all damage from that attack. Interrupt defense. When you would take any amount of damage from an attack, discard. Okay, so these are basically the same card. But they're worded differently when it comes to the timing of the attack, of the trigger. And I really dislike that, because I can't tell if these are actually the same timing when you choose to discard these, or if these have different timings. And I really dislike that. Eye patch camera 2 cost upgrade. So you only get one copy of this. Preparation tech, hero interrupt. When any amount of threat would be placed on the main scheme, discard eye patch camera, place up to 3 of that threat on your suit form upgrade instead. I guess that's actually really nice. Because if you're in stealth form, when an enemy would attack you, it schemes instead. Yeah, so if you're in stealth form, that main threat or that main scheme is going to build up a lot. Even with stealth, removing one of that and putting it on you instead. So you could be like, this is sitting out here in case they boost for a higher number than I was anticipating. That seems pretty good. Fury's Watch 1 cost upgrade, item tech, resource. Exhaust Fury's Watch and remove up to 2 threat from your suit grade upgrade. Suit form upgrade. Generate a mental resource for each threat you remove this way. Hey! That's pretty cool. That's pretty good. Because you can only, when you switch over to assault form, you can only remove 3 threats from it. So if you have a max of 5, is it max of 5? Place 1 threat from that activation here instead of on the main scheme if there is 5 or less threat on this card. Place 1 threat from that activation here instead of the main scheme if there is 5 or less. So even if there is 5, this would still activate. So you could have up to 6 basically. But then you could use 3 of them during an attack and use 2 of them to pay for that attack with Fury's Watch. That's pretty good. Intelligence Analysis, 0 cost upgrade. Preparation skill, interrupt when you reveal a treachery card, discard Intelligence Analysis and remove 1 threat from your suit form upgrade. Cancels the effects of that treachery card and discard it. And you don't reveal another card. Alright, this is one of my favorite cards. I love that card. 0 cost up. I love this card. Secret Agent 2 cost upgrade, title, hero response. After you resolve the ability of a preparation card you control, move 1 threat from a scheme to your suit form upgrade. Preparation. Attack or preparation. So EM Shield, Eye Patch, not Fury's Watch, Intelligence Analysis. Feels kind of weak. So you only have 3 cards built into Nick Fury's kit that are preparations. I'm assuming there's other preparations in the game. But I don't think I would want to build around Secret Agent. That feels kind of weak. 3 cost ally, 2 torch, 1 attack, Agent Coulson, 3 HP. Shield Spy, response after Agent Coulson, and oh, so Nick Fury has a Justice deck. After Agent Coulson enters play, search your deck and discard pile for a preparation card, and add it to your hand. Shuffle your deck. Ooh, so you just play him and get back your 0 cost intelligence analysis. Oh, I like this guy. I like this guy a lot. 2 cost ally, Quake, 2 HP, 1 thwart, 2 attack, Avenger Shield. Response, after a minion schemes, exhaust Quake, deal 2 damage to that minion. I don't like this as much. Exhaust Quake, deal 2... Wait, hold up. Exhaust Quake, deal 2 damage to that minion. You don't take consequential damage. Okay, I like her a little bit better. Who is she? Daisy Johnson. Did Agent Coulson have a name? No. I like her a little bit better since she doesn't take consequential damage from that. Global Logistics, 0 cost event, Shield Tactic, exhaust one shield card you control, look at the top 4 cards of the player deck or the encounter deck, discard any number of those, and put the others on top or bottom of the deck in any order. Hey, wait a second. Okay, I like this. I like this a lot. I like messing with the encounter deck. I like this a lot. Informant 1 cost up. Yeah, I would never look at the top 4 cards of the player deck. I'm about to draw those. When my turn ends, I'm going to draw them. It doesn't matter. 4 cards doesn't matter. If it was like 10 cards, then maybe, but 4 cards doesn't matter. Yeah, encounter deck all the way. Informant, 1 cost upgrade, preparation, max 1 per... Wait, was this a preparation? No, this is an event. So this is a preparation. Max 1 per player, 1 cost upgrade, interrupt. When a minion schemes, discard Informant. This activation removes threat instead of placing... Oh. Whoa. I'm liking this. When a minion schemes, so it can't be the boss. But I'm liking this. 1 cost upgrade, intelligence, preparation, max 1... Was it preparation cards that you... Agent Coulson enters search your deck and discard pile for a preparation card. Yeah, okay. It is what I'm thinking. Max 1 per player. After a player is dealt an encounter card, discard intelligence. Look at each encounter... After a player is dealt an encounter card, discard intelligence. Look at each encounter card dealt to each player and the top of the encounter deck. You may swap any number of those cards. That's cool. But I don't think I want to pay 2 cards for that. Yeah, that's cool, but I don't think I want to... If it was 0 cost, I'd be all over it. But I don't think I want to pay 2 cards for that. Prism Dust, 1 cost upgrade, preparation, tech, max 1 per player, hero response, attack. After a... Wow, okay, there's a lot of preparations here, actually, in this pre-built deck. There's a lot more than I was giving it credit for. What was the wristwatch? Secret agent? After you resolve the ability of a preparation card you control, move 1 threat from a scheme to your suit's form upgrade. Okay, maybe this isn't once per turn. So maybe this might be better than... Maybe it might be better than I initially gave it credit for. Prison Dust, 1 cost upgrade, preparation, tech, max 1 per player, hero... Oh, this is tech upgrade. This is a tech upgrade. This is a tech upgrade for us, shoot, what's his name? Iron Man. Iron Man, yeah. Were there any other tech upgrades? I forgot to check when I was looking through Maria Hill's deck. I'll look at that later. Max 1 per player, hero response attack. After a minion enters play, discard Prism Dust, confuse that minion, and deal 2 damage to it. I like that. That's worth 2 cards. Because you might just kill the minion, but either way you confuse it. I like that. 2 cost upgrade, under surveillance condition, attached to the main scheme, max 1 per scheme. Increase the target threat value of the attached scheme by 4. Whoa. If this does what I think it does, then that's probably really good. Let me check the rulebook real quick. So in the rules reference, it says when the main scheme deck advances, acceleration tokens on it carry over to the new stage, but it doesn't say that anything else carries over. So I don't know if that would carry over. I'm going to assume the answer is no. But if I'm wrong, let me know, because if I'm wrong, this is incredibly good. Unless you're fighting a 1-stage boss like freaking Rhino. Nick Fury Sr., hey, 4 cost ally. Nick Fury Sr., 2 thwart, 2 attack, 3... because you can't use Nick Fury in Nick Fury's deck, obviously, so you need a replacement. Shield Soldier, 3 health. Force response, after Nick Fury Sr. enters play, this is not played from hand. Choose 1, remove 3 threats from a scheme, draw 2 cards, or give a shield character a tough status card. At the end of the round, if Nick Fury Sr. is still in play, discard him. Okay, I think he might be worse than Nick Fury, because I'm pretty sure Nick Fury lets you draw 3 cards, and there wasn't this weird shield character restriction. I think he dealt like 4 damage also for his 3rd thing. I think he might be worse than Nick Fury, but I'll have to see. But first impression, I think he's just worse than Nick Fury. Super Spies, I think we saw that. Ah, yes. Okay, so put a total of 3 all-purpose counters on your suit form upgrade. That's what that line was about. Got it. Gemma Simmons, 3 cost support, Persona Shield, reduce the cost to play Gemma Simmons by 2 if your identity has the shield trait. Resource, exhaust Gemma Simmons, generate the mental resource for a tech card. Whoa. Whoa. Hold on, let me check Iron Man real quick. Iron Man, Avenger, and Genius. Okay, so he does not have the shield trait, so I can't reduce the cost to play Gemma Simmons for him down to 1. But I still kind of want to throw her into an Iron Man deck. I mean, it's weaker than like a Helicarrier. Helicarrier costs 2, I think, and it essentially generates 1 resource for any card. But just having more resource generators can't be bad. Leo Fritz, 3 cost support, Persona S.H.I.E.L.D. Reduce the cost to play Leo Fritz by 2 if your identity has a shield trait. Alter Ego action. Was this Alter Ego action? No, this was just resource. Alter Ego action, exhaust Leo Fritz, search your deck for a tech card and add it to your hand. Yo, why isn't Iron Man Shield? What the heck? Only Alter Ego action though. But still. Sky Destroyer, 3 cost support. Shield vehicle response after you play a shield card, exhaust Sky Destroyer, deal 2 damage to an enemy. Wait, why is this not in Maria Hill's deck? She's all about that. What the heck? I might just throw this into Maria Hill's deck when I play her. Practice Plan, 0 cost upgrade. Preparation, max 1 per player. Response, after you discard a preparation card you control, discard Practice Plan, return that card to your hand from your discard pile. Yo, wait a second. So I can just get intelligence analysis over and over again? Max 1 per player though, so you can't just have 3 of them waiting to keep putting them back into your hand, but that's cool. That's cool. I like that. And then obligations and nemesis, which I won't look at until I actually play. Okay. Wow, okay. Nick Fury. I guess he's like a risk reward character, because you're letting the enemy scheme, but they're not scheming for as much. And then you're like building up to this big hit where you can be like blam 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 using your stealth suit counters in assault form to do concentrated fire for 7 damage to an enemy, or spray fire dealing 6 damage to everyone. So I guess he's more of a risk reward kind of guy. But he feels like he's playing a different game. But he's actually playing... He's playing the game in a way where you allow the enemy to scheme, which is mind-boggling to me, because I would never choose to just let the enemy scheme if I can. I think I might try Nick Fury first, though. It sounds like fun, and I want to give that a shot. Maybe playing Nick Fury will help me get over my phobia of letting the enemy scheme at all costs. And I saw some pretty cool stuff in here too, and just in general, intelligence analysis, I love this. I love this so much. So I'm probably going to give Nick Fury a try first. As for the boss cards, I don't know if I'm going to go straight into it, or if I'm going to try these characters against the core box villains just to, you know, get acquainted with them first. Oh, wasn't I supposed to search Maria Hill's deck for... Ah, yes. I'm looking for tech cards. Tech upgrades. It is very annoying that Maria Hill's background art for her exclusive cards looks almost exactly the same as the neutral cards, because like when you're just looking for cards, they look like they belong in the neutral category. But yeah, this is a tech card, but I can't take it because it's in Maria Hill's deck. Yeah, interesting. She doesn't actually have any tech cards. So only Nick Fury's deck expanded Iron Man's pool of cards anymore. And playing in leadership too, or not leadership, justice, which is nice for Iron Man because he can't thwart when he's face down and the enemy's gonna be scheming. So I'm gonna have to revisit Iron Man at some point too, especially since I got the Shuri cards. I'm gonna have to revisit Iron Man as well. I don't know what I'm gonna do next video. I do not know, but hopefully I will see you there after I'm done sleeving everything. Goodbye.